Good evening. Does anybody have anything to talk about before we get started? No? Let's pray and then we'll read. Lord, thank you for letting us come together once again to enjoy our freedom in you and learn about your word. Lord, help us to take what we get tonight and use it and apply it to our lives so we can help ourselves and help other people. Lord, thank you for all you do. Amen. Okay, last week we talked about pride coming before the fall of man, foolishness and wickedness. If you missed it, go ahead and read through Proverbs 16. It is very good. It's worth reading on your own time. We're about halfway through Proverbs at this point. It's a nice poetic way of giving good, wholesome advice. It is kind of repetitive from chapter to chapter, but I think it's led to some good talking points from time to time as we've read through it. So we'll start with Proverbs 17, verse 1 here. It says, "Better is a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of feasting with strife. A wise servant will rule over a son who causes shame, and will share an inheritance among the brothers. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the hearts. An evildoer gives heed to false lips. A liar listens eagerly to a spiteful tongue. He who mocks the poor reproaches his maker. He who is glad at calamity will not go unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of the children is their father. Excellent speech is not becoming to a fool, much less lying lips to a prince. A present is a precious stone in the eyes of its possessor. Wherever he turns, he prospers. He who covers a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates friends. Rebuke is more effective for a wise man than 100 blows on a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs, rather than a fool in his folly. Whoever rewards evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is like releasing water, therefore stop contention before a quarrel starts. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the just, both of them alike are an abomination to the Lord. Why is there in the hand of a fool the purchase price of wisdom, since he has no heart for it? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man devoid of understanding shakes hands in a pledge and becomes surety for his friend. He who loves transgression loves strife, and he who exalts his gate seeks destruction. He who has a deceitful heart finds no good, and he who has a perverse tongue falls into evil. He who begets a scoffer does so to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. A wicked man accepts a bribe behind the back to pervert the ways of justice. Wisdom is in the sight of him who has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. Also to punish the righteous is not good, nor to strike princes for their uprightness. He who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of calm spirit. Even a fool is counted wise when he holds his peace. When he shuts his lips, he is considered perceptive." Any of those stick out to anybody in particular? I picked several I like to talk about.
Father of a fool hath no joy. Amen.
That's true. Foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him.
Grandchildren are the crown of old men.
Yep.
They can realize that.
They pull your beard, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do my dad all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Grandchildren are the crown of an old man. Yep. I liked verse 1 a lot. Better is a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of feasting with strife. I feel the heaviness of that verse. We try really hard to have the biggest and best stuff, and we're made miserable for it. It's largely true in society. Does anybody think the billionaires are truly happy? Like joy. Are they full of joy?
I don't think so. I really don't believe they do.
I don't think so either.
I think they have fun at times, but as far as joy, I don't think they know what joy is.
No, they
Money.
I don't think they have true happiness.
no.
They
They're
might have short-term feelings that make them
Yeah.
feel good at times, but at the end of the day, I don't
I
really
think money is a bigger curse than it is a blessing.
I think so. I think every time I try really, really hard to gain something from this world, I realize it wasn't even worth the effort. Like my brand new truck, for example, is broken. It it doesn't really do you any good to seek out all the extras in life, I think. Then verse 5 I really liked. He who mocks the poor reproaches his maker, and he who is glad at calamity will not go unpunished. That's something that makes me take a harder look at myself in general. I listened to one of the YouTube street preachers talking about something like that. Somebody was giving him trouble. He answered them by saying that he loved them anyway because they were made in the image of God. It makes you think how important everyone is. Even your enemies were made in the image of God, and it's important to look upon them with love and compassion. Christ died for them the same as he did for you. So it's, I don't know, mocking any of God's creation, I think, is just a bad idea. And then verse 10, rebuke is more effective for a wise man than 100 blows on a fool. Another verse that hits me kind of hard. Sometimes we're called out on our own stuff, and when that happens, we either choose to listen or choose to fight back. But when a brother or sister comes to us in a righteous way telling us we did wrong, do we choose to be a fool and take the 100 blows, or choose to be wise and let the word sink in and be effective? I think we're all guilty of that from time to time, because it's a lot easier to be defensive when somebody calls you out than it is to be humble and listen. Like, your first response is always, well, that's not me. I didn't do that. That's not how I am. That's not how I'm acting. And then we think about it, and a lot of times they're right. So anyway, those verses made me most impact on me when I read the chapter in preparation for tonight. Any other verses give you guys a moment to think about anything? Those were the three that I picked off right off the bat that made me think a lot. It's a whole lot different reading the Bible and reflecting on the words than just reading it. And I think I've taken time here recently in my life to not just read stuff, but actually think about it. Because the book of Proverbs, almost every line in it, it seems like you can apply it to a position you've been in your life. That we've all been foolish. We've all made our mom cry. We've all made our dad sorry. We've all been wicked. We've all made fun of somebody. We've all let harsh words come out of our mouth. What was that verse there? Don't let the perverse words come out of your mouth. That's in there.
The very top of my page. So, he that hath a perverse tongue falleth into mischief.
Yeah. And then I think about that too, because people, like modern day people, talk about how your language and the way you speak, you're still Christian, God still loves you, and all this other stuff, and God won't send you to hell for saying a cuss word or whatever. And I think that's like largely true, but it also tells you not to have a perverse and foul mouth in multiple places. You're supposed to present yourself as a decent person and not be filthy. And so, I don't know. We've all been guilty of that too. Anyway, another thing I was thinking about. Look at verse 17. It says, we do call this group Bible Bros. So it talks about our brothers, right? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. It's important. We need to know our brothers have our backs. Hard times come, and I think we all know who sticks through those times with us. It's our real friends, our real brothers, actually hold our hand and help us get through. Verse 19, he who loves transgression loves strife, and he who exalts his gate seeks destruction. We all know somebody that likes to stir the pot, get people riled up for no good reason other than their own entertainment. And then similar to last week's verse that told us about pride coming before the fall. He who exalts his gate seeks destruction. Same, I think. Verse 22, a merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. A changeable man in this case is a heart without discernment, for he does not experience the stability of wisdom's general virtues. Thus he easily falls into evils with his tongue and into grief. Verse 28, fools are counted wise when they shut their mouth and listen. I wish I could do the same more often.
Well, that's from 27.
27.
Whoever restrains his word says knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
I could use that this week, man.
Yeah.
Talk about, there's one guy at work, and it's just the fact that he's so lazy, and it set me off because we were shorthanded.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just set me off, and I had to tell him how I felt about him.
That's easy to do. It's really easy to do.
Either don't work, don't eat.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, you're also supposed to correct your brothers. And if he's not pulling his weight, equal yoke, even in work. It's like
Bob, I have Bob, he's an older Christian, and we work together, so we have this thing where we get frustrated like that, we just say, praise the Lord.
yeah, there you go.
And it's just our way, and we go about it, and man, it just set me off, and Bob's like, he's not going to change. He's 58 years old. And
Yeah.
It's like, Bob, you went in and did half his car, and he still couldn't finish his job.
Mm-hmm.
I control my road rage. Bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go. Bless you.
Yeah, I guess there's a little habit you can make that makes it a little easier not to go off the deep end.
But I think too, the wisdom of that knowledge comes with age.
Yeah.
And you make a lot of mistakes when you're a young man, slipping other words and angry things to your friends and
Yeah.
brothers and things like this. But as you get older, you get wiser to that and say, you bite your tongue more, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And
Bob's good at
you
it.
think.
He gets frustrated too, because it's the same way.
Yeah.
Bob and I will bounce around, help people when we need it, this, that, and this guy will just go sit on his butt and wait for somebody to come do his job for him.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there, and they need correction.
Well, that's why when I told Bob, I want to go talk to him and be like, when you retire and your name comes up, what do you think they're going to say about you around here?
Yeah.
That's it. You're making a reputation.
Yeah. And some people just don't care. And no matter how much you talk to them, they're not going to care.
My little section, that's the same way they don't.
I have somebody on my team at work that's like that. They're practically drooling over some kind of leadership position above other people, but they're so oblivious to their own actions, even when they're pointed out to her specifically. I'm talking about one specific person, and will not change, no matter, but thinks she deserves to be, in charge. And it blows my mind how oblivious she is to her. She sent an email one day, and she's just being outright rude to this other team. And I pulled her aside, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to rewrite this, or I'm going to follow up on your email, and I'm going to rewrite this, and this is what she's like, why are you saying it like that? And I said, you need to stop and think. You just put in an application for a leadership position on this team that you're talking to right now. It's like, are you not
Making the connection there?
Are you not seeing the connection that what you just said to this specific, of all the people, the specific team that you just applied for?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just like, well, I don't know. They just defended it the whole way, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna send this email, and try to smooth things over.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to me.
Yeah.
How oblivious some people are to it.
I think you learn the practical wisdom of biting your tongue before you learn the spiritual wisdom of it, because the repercussions often are just ugly. They don't really work out for you most of the time, because if you're that person, people know you as that person, then you get the reputation of being that person that is just rude or mean or otherwise, or just unpleasant to be around. And then I don't know.
I had that happen in my 20s when I was a deputy sheriff.
Yeah.
One incident
Yep.
lasted me my entire, career, I guess you could call it as. And actually, 3-4 years down the road, it caused me promotions.
Yeah.
And positions that I wanted to get into because of that one incident where I lost my temper.
Yep.
Somebody did. It was on camera.
Yep.
Audio and video, so nobody ever forgot about it.
No, people forget the good things you do for the bad things you do a million times over.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. They'll always remember that one bad thing you did.
Well, it's like me. I'm very vocal, telling somebody what they're doing. It's like what you said. So down the road, where are they going to think about me?
Mhm.
I was a hard worker, or
Right.
that guy lost his temper.
Yeah.
Most likely, the guy lost his temper.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't remember the good stuff.
That reminds me of that. You ever watch Justified, the TV show?
Yeah.
His boss on there, he comes in complaining one day to the office. He says, Raylan, sometimes you meet an a-hole.
Yeah.
He said, but if you meet a-holes all day,
That's you.
you're the a-hole.
Yeah.
So, that's
That's true.
I always try to keep that in mind when I think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Always a negative thing for me. Am I running into that all day long, or was it just a one incident?
Right. Am I the problem here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if everybody you run into is an unpleasant person your whole life, it's probably your
Or
fault.
At least you got something to do.
It's probably your fault. Yeah. That's true. It's so much better just to be happy and nice to each other. Life's easier. Life is easier when you're not a jerk.
Yeah.
Or negative.
Yeah.
Your grandfather, on mom's side, Todd,
Yeah.
your namesake, he had a way of taking. He said, "Well, you just got to take that guy with a grain of salt. He doesn't mean half what he says. He doesn't know half what he's talking about."
Yeah.
He said, just take him with a grain of salt. They'll get over it.
Yeah. And that's a good way to live, just
He always had a smile and a nice thing to say about
everybody.
everybody.
Yep.
And he was probably one of the toughest men I've ever known as far as being a tough, manly man. He was him.
Mm-hmm. He was also the nicest.
Yeah, and he was the nicest.
Yeah.
I guess when you're that tough, you can be
I have to
nice.
say, I've found that in life more than once, where some of the nicest people I've met don't cross them.
Yep.
And especially with their families.
Yeah.
I got a real good friend. He's one of the most dangerous people in the county. Black belt and everything, ex-Marine, tough man. And he is literally, give you the shirt off his back, sweetest person I've ever met. But he'd kick your head off if he needed to. He's a champion kickboxer, huh? What?
His last name Warden?
No, but they know each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
I had a buddy, tunnel rat in Vietnam. Small guy, maybe 5'4", and small, but he was just like one walking muscle. He was incredible. He'd crawl in the tunnels and get these guys, but a nice guy, keep the shirt off his back. But when you cross the line, look out.
Yeah.
That was probably the one people I wouldn't mess with. If you had the mentality to crawl in one of those tunnels, I wouldn't mess with you down the road.
No.
Because,
He's seen death so many times and faced it. He walked right into it.
Because they put those guys in there, they give them a little Colt 1911.
Yep.
That's all they could carry in there because
Yeah, flashlight and a pistol.
They couldn't get around,
Yep.
and a flashlight and a pistol. And I've read stories about those guys and watched documentary stuff. And I'm like, I don't even like going to caves personally. Those don't
Yeah.
inside.
Well, Ted Offensive.
It's like going inside of a tunnel with a bunch of rattlesnakes.
Right.
Not a good idea. Yeah.
When the North invaded the South at Christmas, it was called the Ted Offensive. And his platoon, he was the only survivor. And he was shot in the head, and they thought he was dead, or he wouldn't have survived. The only guy in his whole platoon that survived. You don't mess with that one.
Yeah.
But he was so good.